Welcome, brother. Oh. Ah, that got your attention. There's a pipe specifically for smoking skooma. I'm glad we could come to an agreement there, sir. Good, sir. Special flora. Huh. Yeah, I think it's a natural. It will be a natural occurrence for the Oculus to become more affordable over time. You know, I think it's admirable that they went with the quality, you know, over quantity. You know, in regards to being able to sell a ton at an affordable price, but have to be lower quality. So I'm glad they went with a higher quality product, because it's going to be, it's like the ambassador, if you will, or it's going to be what, like, the few people that are into it, or like myself who get it for free because of Kickstarter. But if you think about it, people that had the Kickstarter's product, you know, what we did with the Kickstarter is what people will do with this version of the Oculus, right? They're going to show it to even more people, right, and get more people interested in VR, which is what we did with the Kickstarter. We showed it to people, you know, we blew people's minds, right? Got people thinking about VR and, like, introduced VR into their stream of thought, right? And so this new version, the release version will do that. It'll be that version, you know, but to even a broader audience and even better quality, right? We did that with DK1, right out loud, which would have had a huge screen door effect. You know, it was just kind of like, holy shit! It's, you know, if you look past that and you saw the potential there, you know, you look past the screen door effect and all that crap. So now, people, when the release comes out, it's going to have an even, you know, higher. I mean, the Gear VR that I have, the Gear VR that works with my phone, is great. It's super cool. I played through. What did I play through? It's kind of like not so much like a jump horror. Well, kind of a jump horror, but done in a kind of a tasteful way. Like tricks of the eye and stuff. It was really fun. You know, and the screen door effect is really not that noticeable anymore, if at all. I would say, I would hesitate to say it's super noticeable at all, right? Unless you're really looking for it. Like, it's easy to get lost in it. Yeah, I mean, you're going to come down to games that are going to be a proper VR experience, right? The games that are going to be a good VR experience, you know, and you want to be able to, can you justify it being in VR? You know, it's got to, the games that acknowledge your presence. I mean, games will be fun, and I don't know. I hesitate to say justifying it being in VR, but it's like, if you pimp your game to be, is going to be a VR experience, then, you know, you want it to be a good VR experience with, like, it really promotes a sense of presence, and people, you know, people feel like they're being acknowledged, like you're physically being acknowledged in the world, right? Things look at you, track you, you know, make you feel like you're in that world, as opposed to just being like you're just a floating camera. Like, if you're just a camera, then, you know, what's different about playing it on the controller? Hover junkers looks like a very interesting experience, but there's gonna be, I don't know, there'll be gray areas where you could say that a game that's in VR that works well in VR could have just as well as been in on a console. But I think it's the immersiveness. If the sense of presence kicks it up a notch, then cool. Rigs. Have you seen hover junkers? Hover junkers looks pretty cool too. They're really getting into really utilizing like a space. Like, you have to stand up. It's a VR only, but it's very active. You're kind of on a moving, kind of a small moving sanctuary castle fortification thing that you can build. You know, so you build your cover but you're moving around and you're kind of getting it, like you're actually taking cover and shooting and stuff. It seems to require the touch, but yeah, it looks really cool. It has been updated. Okay, so now I'm part of the U, but I didn't really get a huge benefit. I saved my game. Well, I saved it before I talked to him. So now LA service it is not possible to become a priest or consecrated cleric without joining cult orders. You would be forced to devote yourself full time to the imperial cult, which doesn't suit adventurous people like yourself, but we need lay servants. Earnest laymen dedicated to serving the Nine for certain unglamorous but spiritually rewarding tasks. At present, we need almoners to serve Zenithar, lay healers to serve Mara, and shrine sergeants to serve Stendar. You know, I'm gonna hold off on that guy. I think it's time to go collect. I'll try to collect until she kicks my ass. PlayStation VR? Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a curious one. Because, I mean, they're not gonna... I don't know. I used...
You look rather. Maybe you should see it. I'm listening.
Did I use it? I can't remember if I used it or not. I can't recall if I used the Sony one yet. I might have. I might have used it. Yeah. I guess the Sony one is going to be interesting because it's only going to be, the audience is going to be smaller if you think about it compared to the Oculus. Where the Oculus is, you know, God, they're spawning me already. I hate you. I hate you so much. If you compare the audiences, right, like Oculus is going to be expensive at launch. It's going to require a high-end PC. So, actually, I don't know. Could you say that the audience for the PS4 might actually be a little bit bigger on initial launch? You know, even if it's the same price, it's going to require a PS4, but that's, you know, what, a $400 investment compared to a $1,300 computer. You alive? What the fuck is happening? Is that you? But yeah, so the Sony, you know, VR headset and a console compared to a VR headset and a computer. So the Sony market might actually be a bit larger. You consider how many consoles they've already sold, right? Timing the release of the PSVR with the fact that they've already sold a ton of consoles. You know, so the install base is already is there. So now all you have to do now is sell them a peripheral, which is going to be a rather expensive gear headset. 30, right, so you've got 36 million potential consoles that can already, I would assume, utilize the PlayStation VR. So now those 36 million people only need to buy the headset. Right? They don't have to go out and buy a console or a computer or anything. So I'd say actually the install base for the Sony one is going to be higher. So their initial sell-through might actually be a bit higher. And then you have on top of that, if it comes out after the Oculus, you're going to have all the praise and, you know, good vibes, which is already happening about Gear VR. But you'll have probably more mainstream websites pick up the actual Oculus, you know, and talk about the Gear VR, the experience, the VR experience, which will then help upsell people that are like, oh man, I really want to try that, but I can't afford or don't have a PC, but I have a PS4. Then the Sony one comes out and it's like, boom, sales instantly. Shada boom, bang, boom, sales, bang, bang, boom, bang. I didn't get attacked. Oh, shit. I mean, it'll probably cost as much as the console. That's at the very minimum a safe assumption. The biggest deterrent, most likely for the PlayStation VR, will most likely be the price, because you know some people might have purchased a PS4, and that was a big investment for them. So now it's like, oh, now you have to spend the equivalent of another console on a piece of peripheral, and still have to buy all the games, or buy games that work with the PS or the VR. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough for people to do. I went the wrong way. It's over here. You're not a cave. Aw. I mean, like for me, right? Like in my I don't have an income at the moment, so you know I won't be getting a PlayStation VR. I mean, I'm super thrilled that I'm even getting. Oh, that's cool. The ash storm actually makes me walk slower if I go into the storm, but it makes me walk faster a little bit if I go against the storm. Nice. Oh.